Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. Yep, you got the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. It's the Jeff Birthday Memorial Weekend show.
Boy. That sounds good.
Just ahead, recalls and name the sold car price. Jeff will bring us some car culture. And Mr. Mars starts a new weekly feature about driving destinations for the family, this week focusing on Houston, of all places.
It's close and easy.
Yeah.
Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more birthday boy Jeff Zekin.
Every day.
I'm Don Armstrong. So glad you could join us on this Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. David Ainsley is off this weekend. He's preparing for our remote broadcast in Granbury in 3 weeks. Just wanted to
He's resting up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think after that, doesn't he go to
Michigan.
the UP?
Yeah, he goes for his 3-week, 4-week vacation.
Right after Granbury.
Yeah. He's driving up in his van. I'm kind of jealous. He's got
Is
a
he?
van.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I think he
Well,
did.
yeah, because I brought him those couple of things to take with him.
Oh, yeah, because Mike brought him some stuff to
At
take
the
up
Hot
there.
Rod Tour, at Tailpipes and Tacos,
What kind of things is he going to
two
bring?
antique boat motors. That
Two
were,
antique boat motors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who had those?
He did.
my dad. He had them and had them in the garage, and they've been sitting there for 5 years. So
David's going to recondition
had a
and
couple
use
of guys said they would take them for nothing, and I said, well, if they're going to give them away, David, you want them? You might can make them. He had them running.
David had them running?
No, my dad did.
Yeah.
And so I
How
said,
antique are they?
like the kind that's about that big, that's got the rope, you have to wrap it around it on it.
So probably 1940s, early 50s.
I think that's the
60s.
newer one.
50s, 60s.
Wow. Okay. Wrap the rope around it and get your tie caught up in it once it starts, and away you go.
What are you wearing a tie fishing for?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Just to impress the fish?
Yes. Exactly.
I think it's Mrs.
Any-
Paul's
any-
out
The
there.
bigger fish.
Get
Yeah.
a date with Mrs. Paul's fish and chips? Or
Recalls this week. Ford recalls the 2025 Super Duty Power Stroke diesel trucks over fire risk. Ouch. As it happens, the supplier of the suspect fuel return line assemblies may have damaged the connectors during a tooling fixture changeover. Okay.
All right.
GM recalls the Chevy Express and GMC Savannah vans.
No.
For improperly welded head restraints. They still make those? I guess they do.
Yeah, they do.
A small number of 25 model year Express and Savannah vans may have been produced with improperly welded front passenger seat head restraints. Well, you wouldn't know after you've broken your neck and died. So there's that. Ford recalls certain 2025 Bronco and Rangers for loose or missing seat bolts. A small number of those model years have left the factory with either loose or missing driver's seat bolts.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, pull away from the stoplight, and Martha looks over and goes, "Honey, where are you?" "Oh,
Poor
there he
Martha.
is back there in the back seat."
Yeah.
It's like you used to drive the cars with it sitting on a bucket when you went to test drive them after you got them fixed in the driveway.
Yeah, or Danny's Ford Econoline van that had 1 million miles on
Tumble
it.
in the back.
We're gonna fix it up. It's gonna be really nice. It never got fixed
Shag
up.
carpet and all.
No, we didn't. No, it had nothing.
Didn't
in
get
it.
that far.
No, it never got that far. The only thing
77.
that we ever really did was to go to Kmart and buy some of those cheap webbed folding chairs, put them in there, and every corner you went around over the wind. The chairs just thumped over and threw you out. It was kind of like a big washing machine.
Those
back
are the
there.
memories. Those are the memories. We did that.
That's why his head's misshaped a little bit.
Ford recalls 2025 F-150 pickup trucks over potentially loose fasteners. Here we go again. Loose lower intermediate shaft fasteners may result in rattling noises, excessive steering play, and a loss of steering control.
Martha?
Martha, I don't know how I hit that curb and took it out, and we're in the building, but might have something to do with the car. Aston Martin, or as Mike calls them, Austin Martins, recalls certain Valkyrie hypercars over incorrect fuse box screws. Ford recalls nearly 274 Expedition and Lincoln Navigator vehicles for safety concerns. Seems the near 250,000 strong recall population is split between Ford Expedition and Lincoln Navigators over a safety concern. Doesn't say what it is. I had to go to a different.
Just any.
Just any.
Pick
It doesn't make
something.
any difference. It's being recalled.
Yeah.
Ford recalls Bronco yet again over detaching control arms. 2024 and 25 model year Bronco vehicles. Ram HD hit with the first recall. Software update fixes the issue. And 106,000 Audi Q5 vehicles recalled over loose cylinder head cover screws.
Great.
Loose cylinder head.
As the
cover.
oil pours down across your exhaust manifold and catches,
Didn't we used to call those valve covers?
Yeah.
well, who knows where the valves are these days? Do you?
Yeah, well, okay. All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, time now for the Sold Cars Roundup. I know that George and Twyla are sitting there actually waiting for this segment because this is where George gets involved. George is our favorite listener.
George and Jeff
George, and then Jeff.
Heitzman.
Yeah, Jeff Heitzman. So I hope that you're listening, and I hope that you'll join in. Okay. These cars sold on the Hemmings.com website.
Yep.
And once a week they put out what was sold, and they list the price of the car that they got for it. First up is the 1969 Chevrolet Corvette, copper colored.
I
That is
like it.
one good-looking
That's
car.
a good-looking car.
It is 69.
Yeah.
69. Chrome bumpers front and rear. It's the last year for that. Ready?
Yep.
How much do you think that car sold for? Now, I don't know all the details. It's got white lettered tires on it, but it does have beauty
Nice.
rings.
Yep.
Beauty ring. I love those beauty
Yep.
ring
Yep.
wheels. How much?
$46,000.
Okay.
Heitzman says 25, and I'll go 28.
Okay. How about $11,288?
Well, $11,488. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I know.
I can do that on my credit card.
And you know, all you
Yeah.
have to do is go to Hemmings.com and look for the auction. And these cars are all on there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
That's unbelievable.
They update them every day. So
And you've been searching for a Corvette for a while.
Well, I wasn't necessarily looking for one like that, but for that price,
no,
I'd damn
one,
sure look
one
at
that
it.
is not. I didn't put it in here, but I should have.
Oh,
yes.
here comes the
Here's
but.
the caveat.
A 1968 Chevy Corvette convertible. It's beautiful. Same thing, beauty rings on it. Well, white lettered tires, lots of chrome.
Oh, wait.
It's got a big block on it. No, not that
Okay.
one. I just got. You didn't pay attention.
You said you got another one.
No, he's off track again.
Okay.
He's off road.
Jeff pays attention to about 1/3 of what
yeah,
you
I'm
say.
thinking there's a right rear quarter missing on this. That's why it went for.
That's
it's
what I
not.
think. Or the T-tops
All
that
right,
aren't
so the
on it
one
are
that I
gone.
didn't put on there to repeat what I said is a 68 Chevrolet Corvette with a big block in it and a convertible. It's blue in color and white. Guess what that one went for?
46,000.
$68,250.
That's the one I was bidding on.
Yeah, that's it. That's
was
it. You
the
were
one-
reading
I was
ahead.
reading ahead.
Now
see?
let's go to the next one, okay? This is a 1973 Chevrolet
I
Camaro.
like it.
It says it's a Z28. Is it? Probably so.
No, Z28 didn't have those push bumpers on it,
That I think
and it
was-
had a. It
For
had,
73? I think it
No.
did.
I think that was an option, and I think that you could buy those after. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I think that they put those
Oh,
on
that's a
because if you
deduct.
remember, the model prior to that didn't have that guard there in
Right, it had
front of
split
it,
bumper.
and but they crashed the bumper, and there was no bumper. They crashed through the grill and that whole thing up there in the front. And that's why they put those on there. Okay, 73 Chevy Camaro Z28, white, black interior. How much?
18,000.
18,000.
Ooh, Heitzman says 33, and I'll stick with my. That's a pretty good number. I'll go with 31.
Is George not joining us today?
Now George isn't here.
So 1973 Chevy Camaro Z28 sold on Hemmings Sold Cars for $45,455.
Now, why would this one go more than the other one?
Because this is probably an all original. It's very well done, and,
Well,
I could see it.
Those wheels. I mean, it didn't have the ring type wheels. I mean, there's some things on.
Actually, I believe that is a ring, a beauty ring that it had a
Yeah, but it's more of a spoke wheel than the other.
I understand.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a little clip.
73 was a 1 year only.
Okay, well, whatever.
Whatever.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Next up is the 1969 Mercury Cyclone. I
Man.
picked this for you.
I love those cars. Those
So
are
when I
nice.
worked at Richardson Chevrolet, that I had the dispatcher that assigned everybody all of the work in the shop. he had one of these. Now, he didn't have the CJ, which is a Cobra Jet 428.
Yeah, buddy.
Because when he had his, they didn't offer that. So this is a rarity to begin with. That is a good-looking, big car. 69 Mercury Cyclone went for how much, Mars?
Heitzman says 39, and I'll go with 45. If it was a 429 CJ, you'd be up over 100.
428 CJ.
I know. So I'll go with 45.
I'm
Heitzman
gonna-
says 39.
I'm going to go 52.
31.5.
I should have went 38, but I went 52.
31.5.
Man, it's got a back seat big enough you could go parking and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure that you did. 78 Jeep Cherokee. Now, it doesn't have the optional vinyl wood siding on it, but it does have a nice stripe on it.
somebody-
It looks completely stock. A 78. I don't know. It's probably got 1,000,000 miles on it, but it looks clean.
Yeah.
78 Jeep Cherokee. How much do you think that you'd get for that?
$9,000.
Mars?
I'm going to say 15.
15? What did Heitzman say?
27.
18, 113. See, this is the exact reason why I don't understand why you guys, Heitzman, Mars, Jeff, don't buy into something like this. It's affordable.
What would I do with it?
And not,
Exactly.
here is the one. Here is the one for you, Jeff.
Oh, boy.
You
Good
wanna,
day.
You want to guess what that is?
That's a Range Rover.
It's a Land Rover Range Rover, and the year model is 1993.
Oh,
How much do you
there you
think
go.
that sold for?
$17,000.
Wow. Okay, Mars.
Me.
It's got Discovery tires.
I'm looking.
I don't know what they're worth. I'm just going.
I'm going to go with 14. Heitzman says 27.
If Leslie is watching, cover your eyes. I know you like Land Rovers, but
Oh, Heitzman says 44. Excuse me.
44. This thing sold for $1,600.
I want 17 of
They
them.
probably pushed it on the
Yeah, I was
driveway
gonna say,
there.
there's no motor, no transmission.
I don't know. I didn't go that far. This one,
Hell, the luggage rack is worth more than that.
yeah,
I would
the ugly luggage rack.
What is
Okay,
that in the back seat?
A body.
dog. This one
Oh, boy.
caught my attention, and I was talking to my cop pilot, and he said, "Oh yeah." And this was about the year that Ford flew us up there to the proving grounds outside of Dearborn, and they'd just come out with this, a 2019 Ford Explorer with the cop package on it. And they put us on the skid pad, the water side of the skid pad. They said, "You drive it." I said, No. Now, I'm not skilled enough to do that, so they put a driver from Ford in there. Had that thing sideways at 80 miles an hour on that watered-down skid pad, and let me tell you something, it was flat as a rock. That thing is bad to the bone. 3.5-liter EcoBoost Interceptor motor. How much do you think that sold for? It had 33,000 miles on it. And I guess it comes with the bumpers
Yeah,
and
but-
the lights and everything.
No telling how many hours on it.
And
but-
you said,
Idling hours.
what was the year?
A 2019.
2019.
33,000 miles. Cop car.
32.
Heitzman says 55.
Oh, God.
and
The city didn't pay that much
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say 18.
29.4.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer.
I would buy that. If it were a black and white, I'd buy it. Just to say I have it.
I know.
I know a guy that has it.
Because I know a guy that can put a wrap on it.
No,
with
no.
a black and white.
I know
do.
I know somebody that bought one. It was a Tahoe. Yes, it was a Tahoe out of the city auction.
Surplus, yeah.
Paid like $5,000 for it. Had 100,000 miles on it. Black and white. They took the stickers off of it, but it was
course,
still
yeah.
black and white. You see it coming, you're thinking, "Oh
Uh-oh.
God, I'm getting pulled over." No.
You automatically lift your foot off the gas no matter what.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can be 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, and you're still going to slow down.
Exactly. Next up, a 1972 Ford 250. So this is a 3/4 ton, single cab, because they didn't make anything other than that. 1972 Ford 250. It's clean. It looks all stock.
Kind of looks like a long wheelbase, but maybe not.
Yeah, no, it is.
Is
It
it?
is. Candace, a little bit of help here. Well, It's got fuzzy dice hanging from the mirror.
Oh,
that's a good sign.
I'm in. 16,000.
16. Mars?
Straight
No,
bumpers.
I'm going to say 12.
Clean chrome.
Heitzman says
And
23.
23. $10,868.
Oh, wow. That's a bargain there. That's good. Tires look good. Nice rims.
This one here, if I had the money, I would have purchased
Candace
it.
said 10,000. She was spot on.
Spot on. Next up.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, for me, this is my era.
Chillin' wagon.
Well, yeah, they've converted it, but this is an old milk truck, a Divco milk truck from 1948. But it's clean, no rust, which is rare for an old milk truck because the whole back end, they refrigerated them with great big ice blocks.
Leaking, rusting, and all that.
All that.
Seal test. That reminds me of seal test.
Well, yes, and they've turned it into an ice cream truck, one that you go down the street and sell ice cream to the kids.
$10,000. Maybe 11. I'm
It
gonna go
would
11.
hold all of our stuff.
It would.
A Divco. How much?
11.
You know what I'd do with it? I'd turn it into a liquor thing. You'd sell your tequilas and your margaritas out of
The
there.
booze machine.
Shot wagon.
Shot wagon.
I got 11, Mike.
So Jeff says 13. Candace says 75. I'm going to go 15.
Okay, well, Candace is closer than all of you.
What?
It's sold for $42,000. It's
No.
got.
No, she said 7,500.
7,500.
Oh, 70, okay, well,
My bad.
I'm sorry. $42,000 is what it's sold for.
What?
It's got a Chevy V8 in it. This thing originally had a little weak 4-cylinder motor in it.
Yeah.
Now it's got automatic transmission and a small block Chevy.
What does it say on the top? Something ice cream truck on the plan.
Chill wagon.
Yeah, but it
It's the
says
chill
some-
wagon.
Chill wagon truck.
Okay.
On the plan.
Anyway, next up.
Oh, the fastest ice cream truck on the
Is it a Manx?
Whatever.
Well,
Could be. No.
it is not a Myers-Manx. Now, because if it were, that would change the market
This
price.
style
So I'm
right
going to
here,
tell you that this thing is clean. It's a dune buggy, okay?
Yeah.
It's a 1959 Volkswagen with a dune buggy body
Yeah.
on it.
Fiberglass.
But it doesn't look like it's been the wheel measurement.
yeah.
It hasn't been chopped up.
No.
Well, it had to be chopped to put the body on. It had to be shortened, the wheelbase.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, for that body, because I had one. I had two of them, actually.
All right. Well, this is not a Myers-Manx. Anyway,
No.
Go ahead.
I'm
So
gonna-
how much is your bid for the 59 Volkswagen dune buggy?
$10,000 because it's got a Corvette gas cap on it.
Okay.
Heisman says 12,000, but I'll tell you, the motor's what makes the difference in the price. But I'll go with.
It's got a stock
15.
VW motor in it.
Oh, it can't have.
Okay, it doesn't have.
Thank you.
How
I'm
much-
going 15.
Well, guess what? 15,225 is what
There
it's
you
sold.
go. You own
Candace
it,
said
well,
7,000. Yeah,
Because you had two of them. That's how you know that.
Yep,
right.
I did.
There you go.
And there we go.
Tore both of them up.
So thought that you guys would enjoy that this week.
Yep. Thank you much. Thank you, Candace and Jeff.
Yeah. And Jeff.
And Jeff.
All right.
Jeff.
Yep.
Jeff.
Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture and Mars' new feature, Driving Destinations. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is back in a flash.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
That's the play-by-play of the weenie race at the Indy 500 yesterday, and the Slaw Dog won, just in case you were...
Yeah, and I pushed the wrong button. I was focused on you, and I was trying to do this. Anyways, technical difficulty.
Did you have a little
I had a little moment. I did have a moment.
You did. All right.
It's my age.
Hey, In Wheel
he's
Time
looking
hits
for
the
a
road
cigarette.
again. Our next stop is in Granbury for the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. Join our live broadcast on June 14th, 9 to noon. Thanks for being with us today. Here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture.
You
Banned,
betcha.
crushed, and forgotten muscle.
That's right. So not every muscle car made it to glory. Some were banned before they even hit the streets. Others were quietly crushed after their moment had passed. So this first one up on the block is a 1969 Chevrolet Corvette ZL1. The 69 ZL1 was technically a production car, but just barely. Chevy built just 2 of these, powered with an all-aluminum 427 V8 designated for racing. The engine alone added $4,000 to the price, doubling the cost of that standard Corvette and that year make model.
Yep.
Too expensive, too aggressive for the public roads. The ZL1 faded into obscurity, and it just
Well, it
went
didn't
away.
fade that much because you got it on this thing.
Well, both examples survive, but they're in private collections and not used. So next one, 71 Ford Torino King Cobra.
God, that's ugly.
Ford's response to the Dodge Charger Daytona and the
you can
Plymouth
tell.
Superbird was the Torino King Cobra. Sleek fastback and radically sloped nose, designed for NASCAR
God, that's ugly.
aerodynamics.
Whoo.
Only 3 prototypes were built before NASCAR
Good thing.
changed the rules after they built them. Said no more of that. With the program scrapped, the King Cobra never reached production. The prototypes were quietly shelved, and the 429 jet engine silenced before they could make the headlines. So
Wonder where
there you
that
go.
car is today.
Probably a
It's a museum
so we
piece.
think.
It's a museum piece. 65 Pontiac Catalina 2+2
I remember
421
these.
high
Yes.
output. Yeah,
I
buddy.
remember these.
I love that car. Pontiac's Catalina 2+2 was built to move, especially when equipped with the 421 high output engine, making 376 horsepower at the time. Though it was a full-size coupe, it had quarter-mile performance that rivaled mid-size muscle cars, but overshadowed by its GTO sibling. So it's a little bit smaller on the GTO side, but that's a beautiful car. Plus, it's a ragtop. That's good. Next one we're going to go to, Mike, is a 71 AMC Matador Machine.
The Machine.
AMC planned to follow up with the Rebel Machine with a more aggressive Matador version in 71. The idea was to carry over the Machine's 401 V8 and the graphics, but marketing didn't back it. They didn't like it. A few prototypes were made, but the project quietly died before mass production. What's left of the Matador Machine concept is mostly photos, paperwork, and a few scattered parts. No known completed cars have survived, making it one of the strangest
Now,
AMCs
wait just
near
a minute.
misses.
That's a late model Tahoe back there in the back. So somebody's got that damn
Yeah,
car.
somebody's got that there, but that's just what I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay. the
Maybe
next-
it's a Photoshop.
It could be. 1966 Fairlane GTX prototype. This Fairlane was a Ford prototype created to bridge the gap between the Mustang and the full-size
So what are
Galaxy.
those, the valve covers that have shot through the hood there?
Could have been.
What the hell is that?
They're loose bolts. I think it's been recalled.
God.
No, but if you think about the later models of the Roadrunner and stuff, they had hoods.
Not like that. That's ridiculous.
Not near that tall, but I mean,
It wore unique badging interior trim, reportedly tested a few suspension tweaks that would later show up on the GT and the Cobra models. It never intended for production, but after a few developmental changes, it was reportedly destroyed. What makes it interesting
Good.
is how the little photographic evidence remains. One of these cars you hear about, engineering's performed, executives, all that good stuff. No one knows where it went.
What? So that is a.
It's a new
can't
Explorer or
see that.
something.
Yeah, it's an expedition or something.
There you go. 73.
Somebody has that car.
73 Pontiac Trans Am SD 455 with an aluminum block, or as they say, aluminium block.
SD was Super Duty.
Super Duty 455 is already a rare piece of Pontiac history, but there's a subset of prototypes that took things further. A handful of pre-production cars were fitted with experimental aluminum blocks for weight savings and better heat distribution. Only a few were ever built, and most were destroyed after testing. None were sold to the public. Rumors persisted about one surviving car in private hands, but nothing has been confirmed. That's a pretty car. I like that car.
Well, that would be easy to do. You could hide that all aluminum V8 underneath the hood.
Yeah.
Even though it was just a regular Trans Am at the time, or a Camaro
Right.
or Firebird, whatever.
All the externals.
And there's
Yeah.
companies that make the retro. They'll take a new Camaro and they'll make it look with the old body styling and stuff.
Yeah.
It's still new, but they'll make it kind of retro looking.
That's no fun.
I had an aluminum block car one time. It was the lightweight, I understand, but it always had a heating problem. You had to be careful that you didn't cook the engine because it just didn't take much to heat it up.
Well, you're probably using the mechanical fan in the front there of the motor.
Oh, absolutely. 1963.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have electric
they
fans
They didn't
back
invent them
then.
back then.
So it was, I could see why they tried it, but didn't work so good.
Well,
Oh,
Mr.
well.
Morris, I really was looking forward to the Hidden Houston family things, driving destination, so we're not going to do it here.
Why?
Going to do it on the next
Well,
half.
can you get it in a couple of minutes?
No.
No,
No.
because
See, that's why I say. So just trust me with what I'm doing here. Mars never looks at the clock, but I do. Thank goodness for me. And so what
And
we're going
me.
to do, and what we're going to do is we're going to move you to the next segment
All right, I mean,
after Jack.
Well, we could move them to the third hour.
No, we're not doing a third hour today.
I
what
think
I'm
that's the point.
No, we're going to move.
He's right over the
God Almighty. So it's hot in this studio because I didn't turn the air conditioning on until early this morning, and it was too late. I got home last night. I was tired. I went to bed and completely forgot about the studio.
No complaints over here. I'm comfy.
Of course you are. Old men, they got to have your blankets and stuff like that. What's the temperature in here? 85.
Can you turn it up?
Crank it up, birthday boy. All right. So I see that Jack Nerad is standing
He is
by.
present and accounted for.
And so here in a couple of minutes, we are going to go to him. We're going to go to him a little bit early, but I did want to get this one
I like
thing.
his shirt. It's got a nice shirt on.
Well, you just told him that, and I'm sure that he's impressed.
listening.
He didn't buy it. I'm sure that his wife did or somebody else did. Either that or it was a gimme shirt from the manufacturer. It's probably got, Ford or Lincoln
Well,
down.
He's talking to you. He's talking
Go
to
ahead,
you.
Jack. What kind of shirt is that? Can you put him up?
This is a shirt my wife bought me for Christmas a couple years ago.
There you go.
See,
It's a
I
nice
was-
looking
I-
shirt.
yeah.
I like that.
Because-
Why should I buy stuff when my wife has much better taste than I do?
Exactly.
And the money. She's got the money, too.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack Nerad's going to join us from the left coast, and I think we're still speaking to people out there on the left coast because not everybody has the same belief that those people do. And I don't mean to clump you into all of that, Jack, but
Don't clump 'em.
you happen to live out there.
But you've been clumped.
You've been clumped, and the other thing is that I know that you make it to Dallas frequently because you have a daughter going to school up there, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, they're long out of school, but I have two daughters, one in Dallas, one in Fort Worth. And one in Fort Worth is getting married and just bought a house.
Wonderful.
Took possession of her keys yesterday.
And guess who's going to help her move? Dad.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Got Jack Nerad coming up. Y'all stay with us. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.